Yes, I checked out your website, and then he also suggested I look at your Facebook, because that's where you guys are most active, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I went to check out your Facebook, and I read a few of like people's reviews and how their experience was with you guys, and then I decided to go forward and
Okay,
contact you guys. Yeah.
great. And do you still remember your consultant,
Ooh.
Joanna, your consultant?
Maybe if you give me a few names, I might remember.
Because I can see here your placement coordinator is Olga, and then your consultant's name is Joanna. How did you find your consultant? Like the one who spoke to you, first one that
So
spoke.
I just found you guys' number. If I'm not wrong, Prayash gave me the number. I found the number on your website, and then I gave a call,
Mm.
and I just spoke to whoever answered the phone.
I think that might be Joanna. So she's the one who you initially spoke with from our team.
Okay.
And how was it? Your enrollment process, was it easy? What can you say?
It was actually really good because, and you guys responded really quickly. I'll tell you what happened prior that. So I came to Sydney in September, and at that time I have a cousin here, so she was trying to find me placement in her company or like in one of her friends' companies, right? But that didn't work out, and then I contacted another internship, another placement company,
Yeah.
forgotten their name. And so I even went for an interview here in Sydney in the city when I was here for a week in September.
Yep.
And the man took my interview and everything, and I asked him for the process, how it works, and he knew that I was going back to Perth. So when I told him as soon as my it's confirmed that I'm moving to Sydney, I'll contact him straight away to start finding me a placement because I didn't want to waste much time after I came here.
Yeah.
And as soon so I emailed him 2 weeks before I was coming, saying that yes, my move to Sydney has been confirmed. Could you please start finding me a placement? And if there's any payment process, I'm ready to make the payment right now. And he didn't get back to me. So he also left me with his card. So I left a message on his phone number, and he still didn't get back to me. So then I got really busy with my move to Sydney. And when I moved to Sydney, I called their office. Oh, it's called Work and Study Australia or something like that. And when I called the office, I spoke to not him, someone else, and I said that I spoke to him about a placement, and he's like, "Oh, it's weird. He didn't respond. We'll definitely get back to you. Just leave us with your number." And I left them with my number, and they so until today haven't gotten back to me. So that was my first experience with a placement company, and then
Not a very.
I it was really bad. So I was just like, oh my God. And I was a bit stressed out because obviously coming to Sydney, it's not like it wasn't a small deal.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to waste much time because I have 2 years on my visa as well.
Yep.
So as soon as that like that didn't work out, I spoke to Prayash and he told me about this. And when I contacted you guys gave me like response, so I was really impressed. And so I think it was Joanne I spoke to, so she was telling me yeah, there's a few positions available today, but we can only start finding your placement after your first payment is made. And before that you also have to fill in the whole form. You know, the whole you have to write the whole paragraphs and everything.
Yes, yes.
So I was like, oh yeah, sure, I don't mind doing that. And she sent me the form straight away, and I filled, so first I made my payment and then she sent me the form. So as soon as I filled in my forms, the website was glitching, so I wasn't able to submit my form. And I called straight away, that's when I spoke to Olga.
Mm.
Actually, no. When it was glitching, Olga called me, and it was such a coincidence because that's when I was like struggling. And I was like, oh, I was trying to submit my thing, but it's not working. So she was really helpful. She's like, oh, don't worry about that. You can just send me an email with your answers, and we can go forward from there. So
Yep.
I sent an email with all my details and everything and the filled in form, and she contacted me the next day to say, yeah, we've started finding your placement. And she called me a week later as well. So she was really helpful. And even whenever I would email her, she'll always get back to me saying, look, we're already finding your placement. You just have to be a bit patient. So yeah, it was actually, I was very impressed.
Good to hear. That's a good experience that you've had. You know, even after the first try, first unsuccessful try that you had looking for a placement, at least you have the friend who went through
Yeah.
and who already went through the placement process with my internship.
Yeah, that's why I was more inclined towards you guys, because he told me about his experience. And not only that, like, I went to check out your email, like your website and your Facebook, and that, like, I could tell people were happy with what you found. So yeah, that's why I was like, this, I think this is the way I should go.
That's great. And what activities were helpful to you during the placement search? Like, for example, did you find the learning materials sent to you helpful? How about the mock interview? Any thoughts?
Yes, it was actually. I went through the learning materials as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was helpful, but yeah, the mock interview, I think much more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if you remember, but I had my actual interview before my mock interview.
Yeah,
And
I told you I was going to like I scheduled it at a specific time before the interview time that the Rob, I think it was Rob that was
Rob, yeah, Rob.
gonna do that, but he called you earlier than expected. So when I
Yeah, it was so
told
funny.
you, you said you the interview.
Yeah, and he called me the same time we were supposed to have the mock interview.
Exactly.
But it went really well. And even when I went for my one-on-one interview at the Barangaroo office,
The
it went really well. And I actually did mention to them about what happened, because they were like, oh, how does the process work from your side? He
yeah,
asked us. And I told him, and I told him about how I was meant to have the mock interview, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I usually just call when I have a time slot because he's very busy."
yeah, that's
Um,
probably why during that
yeah,
time.
so that's what he was
Yeah,
like. I'm so sorry. I just have really like busy schedules, and that's why I called you as soon as I had time.
it's good that you were very prepared that day.
Yeah, and like the previous night I was like checking out the website and like doing my stalking. But yeah, at least it worked out to be great.
Yeah, they asked you about their company.
Yes, they did. And you know, when we did our mock interview, there was a few things you told me as well, that I should add. So
Mm.
that was helpful as well, because they did like tap on some topics that you
Oh,
told me that I should research.